Na, 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 na. Do, do. Oop, let's get some paper. Hello, hello. Okay, let's see what we're doing now. Today we're working on birthday cards, actually. I need a few, and I have a couple of cute stamps that'll work, I think. Little bunny with a balloon, because, a little snail for sorry I'm late, but happy birthday. A little girl with flowers, and a woman holding a sign. Stamping Bella is like my favorite stamp company, and so I could use all Stamping Bella, but I want to share. So first I need to cut some paper, and I don't actually know what size paper I have. I have 8.5 by 11. So just use this really quick. So how's everyone doing today? Good? Cutting down an 8.5 by 11 to 4 corners, 4 just equal pieces, which equal 5.5 by 4.25. And then these are the panels. I should pay attention though. Normally I have these already pre-cut, but I was out today doing a lot of errands and ran out of time. I couldn't prep beforehand. So you get to hear it then. So sorry. 4.25. And then we will get stamping and coloring. And today is also going to be another fast coloring. I'm not spending a whole bunch of time. I'm not doing a very large piece, so the details aren't really needed. So I figure I can get probably 2 of each done. So let's just stamp them out really quick. Because I'm doing multiples and lining things up, I'm going to use my mini Misty. And just get them done. And then if we get these done really quickly, then stamp these after. I can finish up the coffee cards that I started yesterday. This is the one that I really wanted to make. This is a really cute stamp. And apparently I did not clean it well last time. Shame on me. And you can see that because you can actually see it. So the bunny's going to be holding the balloon. So I think we'll stamp the balloon first and the bunny after. And then we can position the bunny exactly where we need him to be. So, and then we'll do the sentiment after. So, since these are just going to be really quick, I'm not going to do any like no line coloring or invisible coloring. I'm just going to stamp in black and get her done. Yeah. Maybe I'll do 3 of these. So my friend and I went out and ran a bunch of errands this morning. I mentioned yesterday that I'm doing a pop-up kind of shop concept in Oslo. And it starts on Saturday, I believe, at Paguro Spaces. So I needed to go today and get frames and all sorts of things to be able to display some of my watercolor stuff. So that was today. And then I had to go food shopping because I haven't done that in, I don't know, 3 weeks. It's getting kind of dicey. And then we were sick last week. My husband just went and got some small things, and now he's sick. And he tested positive today. Hooray. So, yeah. Fun for us. I guess now at least we got it when it's the lightest variant so far. And also there was really no way to avoid it, but it was the lightest variant, and then now we've all got it together, so I guess we're good for a bit. Oh, and I was only supposed to do 2 or 3 of them. Okay. So now I am going to wet my cleaner and clean. I'm going to give that a little spray of cleaner because it's a little dirty. And now we will line up the bunny where he needs to be and stamp those. And I do not think it's going to be a very... Oh, I got it wet. I need to put my head in frame for a bit, I think. Because I want him to line up perfectly with that. I was saying something, but forgot what that was. Because it wasn't too important. I'm kind of feeling like pressure to get a lot of stuff done because I need to go into Oslo on Friday morning and drop everything off. So I need all of the prints framed. I need all of the cards selected and put into figure out where they're going to go in the card stand, and then if I'm going to take anything in addition to that, packages of cards or ones that have like hand-drawn items. Just so much to decide, and I feel like running out of time since I'll be down there really early, or after I drop my son off. I'm gonna head down to Oslo. So, and this right here is why this tool is just irreplaceable. It's kind of rare that I make one card at a time. I used to make 4. I'm kind of down to 2 Because I make too many cards, although really not so much lately because I've been focusing more on the watercolor and having a lot of fun with it. So, okay. I feel so ditzy today. There's like some cute little sparkles and stuff that we can add if we want, but I think actually really simple is good. And then maybe after the balloon is colored, we can just go in and add that in. And maybe depending on the color of the balloon, can heat emboss it white, or we'll figure it out. All right, next one is my little snail friend. And I'm not probably going to create like massive backgrounds for these. Just really simple, like, you know, grass underneath the snail, etc. But I can do the sentiments at the same time with this one because I'm not going to do anything extensive in the sky. So I can just line those up. See how that looks when it's straight. It looks crooked. That looks good. All right, so we'll stamp a couple of these as well. And I think just a couple of the other two as well. Just making sure everything is even. Good, good. I think snow just fell off my roof and I didn't think there was any on there. They started doing the street cleaning and the sidewalk cleaning from all the winter don't fall and break your head stuff. They don't use a lot of salt here in Norway. They use just small rocks. And then come spring, they just come and sweep them all up and use them next year. Which is really smart. All right, this one is done. So, clean, clean. Oops. All right. And now the other two. The other two are thicker stamps. So this one has like an insert so that you can stamp with both of them, both types. Is that my chair squeaking? All right. And this one is going to be a little bit of a problem because you can never really tell. You can't see the stamp itself, so you can't really tell if it's straight. There's dog hairs on my stamp. So this one will need some adjusting. I try and put it this way so I know exactly like what has to be straight where I want it straight. So it's kind of a little bit at a curve. So what I will do is put it on the platform and then look to see and adjust based on these grid lines. Obviously I want the feet even, right? And then we'll just try it out. So I just line up the feet at on the grid lines as best I can, and then kind of a hope and a prayer. Oh, and it looks great. And it does not need anything more. Oops. So just 2 of these. And we'll stamp the sentiment after everything is colored. Just so you don't have to go over too much with the markers and potentially, I mean, the markers are good with this ink. This ink is made for works with alcohol markers. So I wouldn't be able to use this for watercolor, but yeah, that's okay. But I have different ink, but this one is good for Copic, for alcohol markers. All right, stamp sentiment after, and put this away. I have everything organized in these little plastic envelopes. They're specifically for stamps. Just makes it so much easier. And I have a database, which is kind of ridiculous, but it's what works for me. So when I'm looking for things for birthday, like it was last night, I could see which ones I had marked as good for birthdays. And can choose what it is I want to do. Okay, so we're just going to adjust. Well, first we need this straight. We want it here, and then we want this straight. So we'll see how that looks. That looks good. This isn't going to be really too detailed. I mean, you could go crazy with the flowers and make them really realistic, but it's not that kind of stamp. There we go. And I really love how the stamp lines are just so thin and delicate in these stamps. That's one of my favorite things about them. Plus they're all adorable. But that's a given, right? Good. Good, good. That is everything stamped out. So we'll get to coloring in a bit. And I think I was trying to say, if we are able to like kind of fly through all of these, then I can finish up those coffee cards we started yesterday. And if not, then I will have to do them another time. Maybe tomorrow. I think tomorrow my friend and I are streaming Minecraft on the other channel. So we'll see. Let's see what we have time for. Apparently you need to oil my chair though. It's really squeaking. I don't know if you can hear that. Okay, so the ones that we are going to do today, those, these, this, and this. Cute. And the sentiments for these three will be stamped after they're all colored, so we'll do those first. Put these aside. This chair is going to drive me crazy. I'm going to do the bunny first. What color balloon should we have? I think I'll do a little gray bunny. We can have two colors of balloons. I'm going to use I think a warm gray. For the bunny itself. And then what color on the balloon should we do? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Any suggestions? Let me look at my color chart and see what I have that are saved. I'm trying to do this quickly, so I don't want to reinvent the wheel. So I'm just going to pop through my favorites and see what I think. I'd really like to do orange, actually, but it's not like a, kind of need a neutralish color. Maybe I could do green. Turquoise? Is turquoise neutral? Probably not. Red is pretty neutral. I think we'll do red. And we'll use the same red from the coffee cups because I have them out. All right. Then we can add some green underneath and a little bit of blue for the sky, just to give a hint. But let's get started. I'm going to do the balloon. Oh, this one's still wet, so I'll do that after. I'm going to do the balloon first, and I'm going to do it so that the highlight is up here, and then the darker part of the balloon is here. So I'm just going to take my darkest marker. I'm going to leave a little bit for to show that it's round and to have like a, it's actually called some kind of shadow. I don't remember what the term is. I'm just going to flick out in this color. Flicking is a technique used in Copic or alcohol markers. And what it does is just give you a feathered edge that's easier to blend with. Because it's not as solid and dark as like a straight line. And then I'm going to use the right side of this marker. And I'm just going to go over the edge and I'm going to create same kind of rim around to show that it's circular. And I think I'll do like that. Taper this off so it's easier to blend. And then I will go over the beginning of the these little jagged edges with this mid color. And it seems it's going kind of high, but it'll give me a chance to blend. Can you hear that squeak? Is it too annoying? It just happens. It could need ink as well, but I definitely have a refill for this. Let me just test it. Scrap piece of paper. Oh, this one doesn't have. Seems okay. I could give a couple of drops if it keeps doing it, because it will get annoying with 4 balloons. And it's a lot of coloring. I might have to do it just to save my own sanity. I'm just going to go over again these edges to blend them out so it goes nicely from one color to another. The more you go over them, the more they blend. So I think I have to put some ink in here because I'm going to lose my mind if I don't. I'm going to do that now. Oh my goodness. What is it? Just a little bit. It may not need it, but I really don't want to hear it squeak all that much for a long time. So I have what's called a bullet nub on the end of this. I'm getting red everywhere instead of like a normal chisel nub, because I do a lot more detail with this color. So I switched it out, which is nice, but also, oof, being really reckless right now. It's also a pain to get out, not as easy as the bullet. Okay, so put this back in, and then I'm going to just touch the tip of this. I really want to make sure that this nub is saturated, because I don't want the squeaking. And now that it looks like my marker is bleeding all over the place, I always wonder why my nails can't stay nice. This is one of the reasons. Just gonna clean off, hopefully myself and the marker, but this will go away maybe tomorrow. No. It's always something, right? Thankfully I have black on today, so you won't be able to see that I just smeared it all over my shirt. So got that going for me. All right, a little bit cleaner, just a little. I really, really hope that it stops squeaking. Okay, it's not going to. But we're going to give this a little bit of time. We're going to move on anyway. And the highlight is going to be up at the top here. So I'm just going to draw out a little area like that. Smooth it out. And then I'm going to fill it in with this highlight color. So it will have a little bit of white. This is the color that will go around the other side too, and then blend down into this red. This one thankfully doesn't squeak as much. If I could ever figure out how to put music on that I won't get sued for, then you could listen. I could just mute this a little bit during the really squeaky parts. I want to do a fast coloring, but not a messy coloring. And I'm just going to come back in here and blend this out a little bit more, just so you don't see as much of those lines. So it's a smoother transition from one color to the next. And I'm going to give that a chance to dry. And see how it looks, and maybe we'll go through and do it again. But until then, I'm going to do this with this like base color. Just fill in most of this here and use the darker color in the back. And then move on to the bunny. And I need a nice light pink for his ears. And let's see. Again, I'm not going to do too detailed, but even without a lot of detail, things still have shadows when things are behind and things are underneath. So and then we're going to blend this out. This is just a simple 3-color blend. If you ever want a list of the colors, just give me a shout out and I'll get better at putting them out there for you to see. Blend this in. And then have a lighter color around everything and blend that. Really nice, simple. Neutral colored rabbit. And then ears. I'm going to use this pink and just put a little bit in the center. I'm going to use the middle gray and give it a line over here. And then blend it out with this lighter. So it looks like there's a little bit of depth in there. And this balloon, could use a little bit more just on the top here, just to kind of deepen around this highlight so it more matches. I don't care so much around the rim because that would always be the lightest part. Here looks pretty good. Yep. And so we're going to do the same thing on the rest of these three, and hopefully we're going to do it nice and quick. It's always easier when you have something to look at and go off of. So I will start with the dark on all of them, leaving a nice clear highlight around. The only place that's not going to be is more up at the top, where that highlight color is anyway. I want a solid color down here, and then I want it to kind of fade out. And what I'm doing is 3 at a time, so I'm going to do that 3 more times. And even though I'm doing them all at the same time, there still will be individual characteristics, like on each card. They won't be identical, because I'm not a robot. Some will have more dark than not, some will have more light than not. That's why handmade is exciting and worth paying extra for. Plus you get great videos. Ah, welcome. I just looked up and saw your message. You weren't here to answer what color balloon, so I went with red. Thinking like it's pretty gender neutral. And it's good for a party. Since these are going to be happy birthday cards. But I need to do all of these cards so that I can pick up my son from school in 1 hour and 15 minutes. So we'll see. Let me know if you can hear the squeaky marker on this one. It's super annoying for me. I'm hoping it doesn't come across. It's being like filtered out somehow. I don't think I'm that lucky though, so. Is it really bad? Really annoying? No, not at all related to a scary clown. Well, I mean, I guess if you really want to go there, you can, but. But it's going to say happy birthday. Do the scary clowns balloons have happy birthday on them? Okay. There's a little bit of squeaky, not annoying. Excellent. It's ridiculously annoying here, so I'm really happy to hear that it's not so bad for you. But I'm just gonna go through really, really quick because I don't want to hear the squeaking on this end. It's super annoying. Oh, I have a little shelf of color here. I'm trying to just work out a bit, but I'll blend it down when I go with the lighter color. Just needed some birthday cards. All of the really cute ones that I've made in the past are gone. So I need to replenish a little bit for this pop-up store in Oslo. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing with these and draw in a little highlight, and hopefully I can actually make it follow the balloon a little bit better this time. Except I didn't leave us enough space for the dot, so it's going to be a smaller highlight. That's okay. Honestly, I am ready for a nap. I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't stream today. But I have to get these cards done regardless. So I figured just plow through. I can do them in silence or I can talk to you, which normally I do them in silence. Not really silence. As I said, I watch Netflix or YouTube or listen to music. And one of these days I will actually figure out how to have music in the stream so it's not completely boring and silent when I can't think of anything to say. All right. I'm just trying to even out this highlight color here. And then I want to blend it down a little bit further into this red. It's not going to be perfect, but it doesn't need to be perfect. It looks cute. And nobody's going to be counting. Okay, highlight first. Nobody's going to be counting the number of strokes. So hopefully all anyone will see is a cute bunny. holding a balloon that says happy birthday. Because that is the point. So, you weren't here earlier when I mentioned, but my husband tested positive today. So, he says he's already kind of starting to feel better. And then I said, wait. I told him to go clean the toilet and see how he felt after that. Just because any activity in the beginning is really hard. So we'll see. He did help me with the groceries though, so that was good. He was the last one standing. Now there's nobody left. Everyone's had it. So yeah. Here we go. I'm going to consider that one done. I still see a shelf right here of color, and I'd like to blend it down. If I did another layer of all of them, I could get it much smoother, but I don't want to, because I don't want these are supposed to be simple cards and not really focused. Yeah, focused. Not really detailed. I learned yesterday that there are different versions of imposter syndrome, and I learned that I have it. So mine is like a perfectionist thing that it's really, really hard for me to not have everything perfect. And not in everything in my life, but just when I'm making art. It needs to be perfect, or I just can't. I don't think that I'm like worth, what people are, stuff, for people to buy. Like, I found that really fascinating because I was reading this article. It explained imposter syndrome in detail and gave you the different kinds. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that one kind of hit a little close to home. But knowing is part of the problem, I guess. So I'm trying to stretch out of my boundaries here. I mean, the whole point for me to do this is to inspire other people and, say it's okay to make mistakes, just try. And I don't normally follow my own advice, but I'm trying. And yeah, there we go. Some are clearer than others. I could use another layer, but I don't really think it needs it. I'm going to follow my own advice and move on. So now I'm going to do the bunny I hate imposter syndrome. I'm pretty sure we all have a bit of that in us. I think you are 100% correct. I definitely know I feel it with this. Even though like I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing and I think some of the stuff I make is really nice. I don't like all of it and I don't think all of it is worth as much as like other people's stuff. I'm trying to get better and I do think we all suffer from it, which is why getting out of your comfort zone, especially for me with this, um, is like a good thing. I hope I can beat it or, at least become more comfortable with my own stuff because anybody should be able to do this if they want. And if they want, you should definitely try. Hence why I'm here. So just going in and adding the darker parts of the bunny. And I think I'll try. No, I can't actually. It's on my phone. I was going to say I could look at that article and go through explain the different types because I really thought it was fascinating just as information. But since I'm streaming with my phone, I can't really do that yet. But if you want to know the types, let me know. And I can put them down as a comment or take a screenshot or something. Send it along. Alright, dark is done. Now we'll blend with the main color, medium color. And we're still, because this is kind of a round, 3D bunny, we're going to leave a little bit of place to have a shadow, highlight along all parts of him. So, any questions? Any imposter syndrome that you know about that you suffer from? Tell me I'm not the only one. Blending out that dark and leaving enough white space for the highlights to still shine through. And I think I don't want to really, I really like the simplicity of this stamp, of this card. So I could build a whole scene around, but I really don't think it's necessary. I think I'll put the sentiment more towards the bottom, and I think I'm gonna white heat emboss it so that it pops out a little bit more. And I think that's really gonna be it. I might cut this panel a little bit shorter and then cut a panel that's actually this size, that's red, so it can pull out the red from the balloon and then mount it that way. We'll see what happens. I don't think I'll be mounting these on camera today. I have too much to do and not enough time. So now this is the lightest color and the highlight, and I'm blending in to what's already down there. So it looks cute. So it looks like it's just not a flat picture. And last one. All right, and then on this ear, I'm going to go through, add a little strip there. Oop, I really didn't want to do that with the darker color, but one of them isn't a problem. I'm going to use the medium color and just add a little area there. And then I'll do the ear. I might do some little grass underneath the bunny, but I'm not going to do much more than that. So this is just going to show that it's not flat. And then blend it out with this lighter color. And I will need that red for the coffee cards to finish. If I do get to finish them today, maybe I'll do them tomorrow. I'm going to just take a light green. I'm going to take two colors. I'm going to take a darker green and a light green. I'm going to drop them on the floor. Can you hear the chair squeak? This chair, I don't even know. I'm going to have the hubby look at it. All right. So I'm going to add two colors. This like more bright kind of grass green, and then a lighter one, which is more like a lime green. And I think that will be good. This darker one is really just to put a shadow. So it's just going to go right underneath here. And then we can blend it out with the lighter color. But I need to blend it out, so I'm going to give it a little bit kind of substantial. So I have something to blend. If there's just a line there, then it will disappear. Okay. Blend that out. Add a couple of little tufts of grass. He's all cute. He's adorable. And what do we have? Oh, we are not going to get more than 2 cards done today. I have grossly underestimated how much time we need. All right, but these are now colored and these are done. So it's just going to be really cute. It's going to say happy birthday here. It's going to be heat embossed, and I will do that after. I want to make a little bit more progress and see if I can get more done. And then tonight I can try and finish up, and then I'll post a finished picture on Instagram. So people can see what it looks like. So now, left or right, do we want to do the girl with the flowers or the woman with the sign? What's next? And what colored flowers should we have? I mean, I guess it would be nice with a nice pink. I'm not such a fan of pink. So what color? Let me know. And I also have to decide. I think I'm going to do purple for her dress. I could do purple for the flowers as well. Could do red again. Same as the balloon. I did want to do orange, but a lot of people aren't fans of orange. Could do like a yellow. The sign is going to say happy birthday. I just want to color the sign and get that done. And then afterwards, I'm going to have that, which fits perfectly in there. It's made like it to go with it, so. Pick something else than pink flowers. Yeah, I know, but what? Orange? Yellow? Easter is coming. Yeah, that's true. I could just use like a yellow or a yellowish orange and then not even have anything on it. Just have it be a colored card so it doesn't say happy birthday. So you could like give it for Easter. That's a good idea, huh? You are brilliant. So, do I want more orange or more yellow? Orange and yellow. Okay. Let me look at my favorite mixes. Y 09, 04, 38, and 08. I have too much stuff on my desk and I cannot see my markers. 09, 04. 38 and 08. So this will be a beautiful mix of both. And then I'm definitely still want to do purple for her. But do I want purpley blue or just regular purple? Let's see. Don't want to reinvent the wheel. So I could just do a nice springtime purple. 904. Since we're going with springtime flowers, where is 09? I definitely want to go brighter than subdued. Okay. All right. That's our color palette. So for the flower, we'll do this one hopefully after. For the flowers, I will do first. I'm going to use same greens because why not? Purples are for the dress. I'm going to go in with darkest orange and do shadows on all of the flower petals. I'm going to try and be quick, she said as she realized she started going too slow. Not detailed. I have to like make a new mantra or something. Mantra. And since this is a 4-color blend, we really don't have a lot of space to get very detailed and technical. Those are different flowers, which I'll probably just make purple. Did you know that orange and purple are my 2 favorite colors? It's my favorite color combo also. Okay. Just following along all of the petals, so the ones that are in front are lighter, and it shows the right shadow. What color paper do we want? Orange is totally one of my favorite. What's the other? I guess you would probably like a green. That would be my guess. And I think I know that, don't I? I really wish I had that worked. Orange and green is a great combo. I mean, it's seen in nature so much. Pumpkins, flowers, oranges and trees. Green. Oh, I was right. Haha. Sometimes the head works. Sometimes. Do I get bonus bestie points? Okay. All the points. I get all the points. Then I'm just going to go in with my next color. Just a little bit of a lighter orange. I'm not going to be very specific, or I'm not going to blend it down too much because it's such a small space. It just, once all the color is on there, it's just going to come together because there's no room for it to do anything else. So I'm just going to go over it quickly. So the next color has something to blend into. I'm starting to think that this is the only card we're going to be able to get done. After the bunny one, of course. The other day I saw, when I was sick, or yeah, the other day, last week when I was sick, I saw Eurovision because my son was home and I couldn't watch what I wanted. Um, and now I have the Johnny John John song stuck in my head, hanging with the homies. And I've had it for days and I don't know how to get rid of it. I've even tried singing like the final countdown to myself. And I've had no luck. So I told my pa to mow the lawn on his own. Just swimming has free rent in my head. Free rent. I mean, I guess there are worse songs, but yeah, it's looking really nice. It's starting to come together. And I'll go over it with the last color, which is the highlight color. It's a bright yellow, and it will just bring everything together. And I am coloring over everything. Not because I want to lessen the orange, but I kind of want to stain it. So it has a yellow tinge. And so just a quick glaze. It's called glazing. Just a quick swipe changes the orange from a bright orange to a kind of yellowish orange. And look how cute that is. Adorable. I think I'm going to use the lighter. I'm going to use the mid-tone. It's the brightest purple. So all of these small flowers, there's no room to really do much shading, or I can try and go in after with the darker color, but some of them are just so small I could vary the purple colors, but um, I don't think I'll get as much bang for my buck as just using this bright medium color. Oh, my neighbor's dogs are singing the song of their people. All four of them together. I wonder if people driving past the street can actually hear that. Probably. All right, now I noticed I missed a petal there, and I noticed there's some white space in there. So where that little small white space is, I'm just going to create shadows and color it with the darkest color, because you wouldn't really know what was there anyway. And it naturally would be darker because it's underneath everything. But here I'm going to just quickly go through. It is vibrant, right? But nice, like not in a bad way. Kind of like marigold looking, right? I'm actually really looking forward to the spring so that I can plant all the flowers. I'm not doing any vegetables this year, which is the first time since we moved here 6 years ago, maybe. I'm just gonna do flowers, lots of flowers, all the flowers in every planter. I'm really looking forward to it. Just adding a little bit of green. There's not so much you can do because these leaves are small, but you can add a little variation. I could change it and go deeper if I wanted, but I really want to kind of stay with the spring colors, so the lighter greens. There you go. So now for the dress. Everything on the bottom is shadow. I'm actually not being too specific right here. I really just don't want to mess up because this color is so dark. And there's really no space for mistakes. There's not enough room to make a mistake. So I'm being extra careful. All right. Then blend it out with that pretty purple color. Now it's gonna take some time because the difference in these two is so large. I'm like super concentrating right now. Super concentrating. Okay. Oof. So small. This dress is so tiny. So now I'll go in with the highlight and just blend into this main purple color. It will mute it a bit, but that's okay. It'll still pop through. I just really don't want to make a mistake with this purple. It's kind of unforgiving. Oh, this one that I'm using now is no problem, but the deeper, darker ones, it's a problem. Blend that out. There we go. All right, and I'll use this purple for the shoes. Super tiny, so tiny. And she's only like that big. And now hair. Well, what kind of color do we want the paper? Oh, I don't want to get too detailed. I could make it cellophane with the stems and leaves and stuff, but I actually don't want that. So I think I might go, how about a light blue? I need to look at my color charts over here. And let's see. I actually really need to just get myself a proper color wheel so I can have an easier time picking colors. All right. I made a color wheel, but apparently I can't find it anywhere. Which means I meant to use it. I used it in the past probably and then didn't put it back where it belongs. Because if you know anything about me, that's what happened. Dropping things left and right. All right. Let me see. How about yellow or blue? I was thinking actually like a light blue color. A light brown. I was going to do her hair brown. So I didn't want to have too much brown. I did think about that. And it could be a different shade. Just wanted to kind of go simple. Oh, I just found a painting that I wanted to scan in. Yep. Thankfully, I had one of them, so I did buy a frame for it. Oh, make that two. Should have really done this before. All right. I've gone full squirrel. Full squirrel. Like crazy. Let's get back to it. All right. I'm going to do like a baby blue kind of color on the paper. I want to do her hair brownish. And I don't want to have too much brown there. I want to kind of keep it light. So I'm actually going to just do like a really light baby blue. The lightest blues I have. Add some shadow. I mean, if this is the shadow color, you have to know that it's not going to be all that bright. And I'm going to just draw a shadow here. I'm going to add some more shadows there. And some shadow here, here, and over here. Just so, and then around her, of course. So there's a little bit of variation. Yeah. And then I'm going to blend this out with my second lightest blue. You're not even hardly going to be able to tell. And some more blue here. I think I'll fill this in here. Blend this there. Blend this there. And then with the lightest color, blend everything. It looks, oh, don't go into the purple. Please don't go into the purple. I went into the purple. Sorry, you can't really see it. When this dries, you'll be able to see the different variations of blue, but right now while it's wet, it won't look as good. Okay. And now I'm going to do brown for her hair, and I have browns right here that I'm just going to use on the coffee cup yesterday. Just going to add some shadow. It's so small. And I can't tell, is that hair? You think that should be hair? I think it should be hair. So I'm just going to go through around some of these circles and add in the darkest color. And then I'm going to really lightly blend it with this medium one. I'm not going to go too crazy because there's not much room and I want her to have brown hair. And then the rest will be this lighter color, which will be her highlights. There. And I also have to do her skin, which is also over here. But she is so small. Oh my goodness. She is so tiny. So I am just going to be the smallest amount of shadow. Barely anything. Just enough to make your eye recognize that there's darker colors, but not really know or be able to really point it out. Blend that out. The medium color, which is just going to look like color because she's so small. And then the lightest one. Make sure I remember to do her ears and her neck. Can do her neck in the darker color. And then blend all out. Oh my goodness, is she so tiny. And there we go. That's done. And I have a couple more minutes left. So I'm just going to do the flowers. And then I think that will be the end of today. Until tomorrow. I was considering potentially streaming tomorrow when we do, we are going to play Minecraft, my friend and I, on another channel and on our other channel. I think I'm going to stream at the same time and put it on this channel because yes, I do make cards and I do make collars and I do make art, but I also like to have fun. And you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. But it'll be a way for her to be able to see my screen. So, and as of yet, we haven't found a good way to show both screens. So if I stream to this channel and she streams to the other one, then we get both covered and we can both see what each other are doing. So when I run off and squirrel, she can see where I am. Because I do that a lot. It's a fun game, you know. So that is tomorrow. At I think 9:15, 9:30 our time, which is UTC +1. No, I think we're like an hour ahead of UK time. I could be wrong. Probably wrong. But that's what I think. I think they're 1 hour behind us. So if you want to watch and you're bored tomorrow, you want to talk to us, because we are funny together. Much funnier than me trying to focus and talk at the same time on this stuff, because not the easiest thing to do. Okay. Just finishing up the darkest shadow. And I think that's a perfect stopping point. I probably won't stream any more of these cards. I will finish them offline and post pictures on Instagram. At some point. Not really sure when. All right. And then real quick with this second orange color. And I really mean quick, because as I said, there's not so much room that you can add in as much detail as you would on a bigger image. So, and because this blend has 4 colors, it is just going to blend on its own. There's no other room for it to do anything else. Okay, and I can finish this in 5 minutes and then go to pick up my son. So we didn't get as much done as I thought. Well, let's be more realistic. We didn't get as much done as I had planned to. But that really wasn't going to happen anyway. So but we did get 4, 5 in half cards in under 2 hours with stamping. So not too bad. And I like it when people can help with colors. tell me what it is. This like orange yellow combo and with the purple, I would just do that anyway all the time. And then nothing else would be any other color for me. So that someone else said it this time. I get like a pass. It's always good to have enablers. But look, it's a super cute card too, so. Glaze of orange. Oh, forgot that petal again. There we go. Glaze of yellow over everything orange to give a highlight and slightly change the orange that's there. There. And that looks beautiful. Okay, maybe I can do the little flowers too. That's not going to take too long. They can just be flat one color flowers. They're really too small to be anything else. Okay, and yeah, I can do the leaves as well. Just a little swipe of the darker. Not really much room for anything more. Oh, I forgot the flowers in the front. Wipe with the lighter green. I just gave myself a heart attack because I didn't check the numbers to see which green it was before I started swiping. But thankfully it was the right one. And it's really not that too bad a problem to fix if it wasn't the right one. But there we go. So I'm going to stop there. And I will work on the rest of this later or tomorrow or something. And once everything is done, I will post pictures. And that is my alarm telling me I need to go and get my son. So I'll leave you with these two images. This is what we got accomplished today. 4 of these. And 1.5 of these. So not too bad. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow. If you want to catch us playing Minecraft. If not, I will see you next week. Have a good one. Thanks. Take care.